remember the palette I received in my Ipsy Glam Bag Plus this month? Yeah, this one. This is the Latte Kitten palette by Winky Lux. I got it in Ipsy, like I said, and we're gonna create another look with this palette. Based on the poll that I posted over on my community page, you guys really wanted to see these shades in action. So let's see what we can come up with. And you see that here? This is the high chair, and you might actually hear a little soundtrack of her videos in the background because little girl, she just doesn't know how to sit still, so I have to kind of like keep her near because she's shoving everything in her mouth. She started chewing on one of my beauty sponges. And this is not going to be a full face tutorial, of course, but since I'm applying a face, I'll just kind of go step by step fairly quickly, like speed through it and tell you what it is that I'm using. I am using the After Party Foundation by Il Maquillage. It is in 125. My concealer is the Ofra Cosmetics Perfect Cover in the shade Medium Golden. My bronzer is Laguna by NARS in cream form. And the eyebrows is the Benefit Cosmetics Precisely Brow in number 6. To set the under eyes, I went with Jaclyn Hill's powder in Brightening Light Banana. I'm gonna go in with Benefit's Willa on the cheeks because it has no shimmers in it, and I want to follow up on 2 palettes with you guys. Now that I got the base out of the way, I am gonna follow up with you guys on these 2 palettes. I'm gonna squeeze it in here. I know this is really about the eyeshadow palette, but still, there's still questions. The Revlon highlighting palette, again, you can swirl it or you can pick specific shades. When I tried it, I already had a blush that had some luminosity on it, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna kind of do one of these, and then I want to follow up by showing you how she applies on the skin. You get a little something, but it's not in your face. You know what I mean? Like, it's luminous, but it's subtle. So it's really pretty, and it does the most if you want to go like everyday wearable. So it's a really good highlighting palette. I'm going to flip my brush over and I'm going to dip into this one because you guys wanted to see this one on the cheeks. With no highlight, this is more of a matte, like a satiny type of blush. We're going into the blue shade. It's like a teal and like a Tiffany blue. Picks up, and when you apply her, it doesn't necessarily come off like 100% Tiffany blue, green, or anything like that, but it gives you a little hint of blue somewhere in there. And I think it's going to adjust its shade based on whatever you place underneath it. So if you just swatch it on its own, it's going to look blue. If you apply a blush first, depending on the tone and the shade of the blush, this may either tone down or look a little more blue. So that's gonna really depend, I feel like. Now I have to like make these, although they don't look all that different, right? Look, here's Revlon, and here's the blue Okalon highlighter. It doesn't really look all that different. At least my eyes don't show me much difference. Now we're gonna move on to the eyes, which is what you guys are really here for. I'm gonna prep my lids with the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas in Fair. I wanna preface this by saying that so many of you guys wanted to see every color. Like, I went through all the comments and I was like, okay, people wanna see cinnamon, they wanna see hibiscus, they wanna see nutmeg, they want to see frothy, but they also want to see sugar crystal, but they also want to see brulee. Y'all want to see everything. So I'm going to try to create something using several colors. At the same time, most people wanted wearable with a pop of color. So let's see what we come up with. Grabbing a big fluffy brush. Y'all know I love my BK Beauty brushes. This is their 202. I'm going to dip into, you know what, let's go into brulee. I'm going to apply that on the creasy crease, just kind of like blend it back and forth. You guys missed the dookie dookie. I go through phases. It's back with it. Pop it on here. Pouncy, 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 and dookie dookie. I'm going to apply, I'm going to, you know, it doesn't matter if you like surpass it and hit like your lid, because we're going to go slightly darker on the lid anyway, mijita. So it's okay. You're fine. You're fine. So we're going to blend. I have a haul video that I'm getting ready to film, and I'm so excited for it. You guys have no idea. I personally enjoy watching haul videos, so if that's your thing, let me know, because I can totally do more haul videos for fun. Like, we can do lifestyle stuff, we can do clothing. It's just fun. And I like to see what other people shop for and whether or not like it's worth it for size reference also. But then again, I also like getting new packages in the mail and just, Now, I'm gonna go into Nutmeg. Never mind, I'm switching brushes because that one was way too big for what I'm trying to do. I'm going to use the BK Beauty 211, and I'm going to dip into Nutmeg, and I'm going to apply that directly on the crease. So I'm not going to come up like above it. I just want to kind of keep it here. Almost like we're trying to deepen the crease, but this shade is not deep enough to deepen the crease just on its own. It adds a little bit of depth, but that's really it. So what we're really doing is just doing a color building so that we can add some gradients and not just go from one color to the other. And remember what I said, if you want a really nice gradients, you want to start off with a lighter shade, then work your way to the deeper ones. This is the opportunity to grab that same shade, Nutmeg, and apply some on the lower lash line, but like kind of like in the middle to the outer corner. That little girl's having her breakfast. I've decided I can do both. And yes, I tend to skip breakfast most of the time. So if you guys hear a little bit of thumping and that, it's her. She's living her best life right about now. But believe it or not, whenever she hears that I get real quiet, she starts talking. She says hello and she's trying to talk to you guys. Say hello, how are you? Oh, she doesn't want to do it now. Okay. I'm going to use the Alter Ego 4, and it's nice and fluffy, but it's flat, but it's not super dense, so it's going to pick up a lot of product. Hello? Oh, Cookie? Okay. And it's not super dense, so it's going to pick up a lot of product. I'm going to go into Hibiscus, and I'm going to tap that out here. Something to keep in mind is this palette is always going to be super wearable. So you're not going to be able to like smoke it out, like a deep smoky out. You won't be able to do that. At least not with just this palette. So you'll use another one in conjunction with this one and it'll happen. But the formulas are stunning. And by the way, I keep like smelling something that smells really good. I've been cleaning my brushes with the Cinema Secrets solution, as I always do, but I always get the blue one. They've released this clear one and it smells like lemon. Oh my God, it smells divine. Totally smells like a lemon head. You know those candies? Or like a lemon drop. And I'm all about lemon and lime. Yes. Love it. Smells delicious. The blue solution works great. This one works just as well as the same solution. It's just like a different color and fragrance. But you guys know I'm not into vanilla like that. So I kind of got used to it and it didn't bother me as much. But this one smells divine. I love it. I love it. I hope they never discontinue it. You know what I've decided? I'm going to bring it in a little more because last time we kept the whole like half of the eye nice and bright. So let's bring it in a little more. Maybe like 3/4 of the way in, if you will. Then again, my eye space is not all that big, so let's say like 2/3. And because I didn't tap out, because I got excited talking about the damn brush cleaner, look what happened. It is important that you always tap out. How could I have forgotten that? I don't know. Same brush, I'm gonna flip it over. I'm going to use Honey Lavender. I feel like it's a step up from Hibiscus, and we haven't tried that one yet, at least not on the eyes. I'm gonna tap that in here and then kind of bring her over. I'm gonna grab that tiny brush, the 211 again, go back into Hibiscus, get back in that edge just a smidge. And with the brush I used on the crease, no additional product, because you know, the brush usually has a little something left in there. Gonna diffuse that. No, we're still not done. With an itty bitty fluffy brush, I am going to dip into cinnamon. Now this time you really want to tap out. And we're adding cinnamon out here, just above brulee. And if you really wanted to tie all the colors together, take your brush and with whatever's left, apply some back here, almost creating like a upside down or sideways check mark right here and bring it up straight. I'm not curving it in, because I want to keep the inner corner nice and open and bright. And this is going to be perfect for those of you who have very small eyes, because you don't want to make it too deep on the inner corner. It just closes your eyes a little more, right? You want to make them look bigger. You avoid the inner corner going any darker in the inner corner and bring it close to your brow till about here. So little check mark. And because we don't want to bring too much drama onto the eye, I'm going to use the Pixie mascara. It is the large lash mascara. And I'm going to apply the smallest amount on the lower lashes. And then for lashes, I'm going to use Scarlet by the AOA. Look at all these pairs for $5.80. And because these are really cheap lashes, I do not mind packing on the mascara because I'm just going to take them off and throw them out. But they do add a little extra something to the eyeball, especially when you want to keep it simple. These are really pretty. Okay, and I hear you already. What do we pair the like eyes with when it comes to the lippy, right? If you want the safe route, go with a nude. A cool tone nude, a warm nude, a pinky nude. Listen, nudes are where it's at. You can go brown and it's still gonna look really pretty, still wearable. But that's if you wanna go the safe route. I, on the other hand, I'm gonna add a pop of color to the lip. I'm using Nova Beauty's Magenta 01. We're gonna line the lip. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to use a little brush side. And I'm going to feather the lippy in. And then I'm going to grab my Laura Mercier lipstick. This one is in Beige in Time. It's also like a pinky nude, but you know. And I'm gonna tap that on the center of the lip. And then this is pretty much it. Now, I'll admit, sometimes just changing up a hairstyle can level up your look. So if you like this kind of grungy, curly, kind of like rolled out of bed look, it looks really good. It works. But if you're like into the half up, half down vibe, that works well too. I think I might just end up doing this for the rest of the day just so that my hair is mostly up. But this works really well too. I think it's a very wearable look. You can wear it for the day or you can wear it at night. I'm digging this look for sure. All in all, this palette is beautiful. We've already had that conversation. The deepest shade does not go any deeper than what's already on my eyes. You can go in with your finger or a brush. You're not gonna get it to get any deeper, so that's something to be mindful of. And this shade here is so pigmented that you kind of want to go light-handed if you don't want it to be like in your face bright. So that's something else to keep in mind. It is very wearable. It is every day, and I think it's perfect for the pros, but it's even more perfect for those of you who are starting with makeup, who don't know how to blend properly yet, and you're finding it tasking. This here is going to make life super easy for you, and you're going to feel really good about the makeup looks you create. Okie dokie, artichoke, that is a wrap for today's video. I really hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know what palette you guys want to see next. And be ready because I have another declutter, and I don't know how to feel about that one yet. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and the like button for me, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.